Well, the first thing we have to do before we even call the meeting to order with the chairperson is to nominate somebody to be an interim chairperson to run the meeting while we vote on a chairperson for our commission.
Got it.
So we need his nomination. Anybody who wants to nominate, so then we'll motion and we'll vote on whoever.
I nominate Mary.
I second the nomination to mayor for today.
For just, so far, we're just two.
Yes, okay.
Can I second that second nomination?
Well, we don't, if we've got a motion and we have first and a second, I think we can put it up for a vote. So anybody who wants to, should we do it by name? Gina, do you think?
I'm sorry?
Do we have to do this by name, or can we just do the aye vote?
I think in this case, we can probably do like an aye,
Just
all in
aye
favor.
votes? Okay.
All in favor?
Yeah. All in favor of the motion of me being chairperson, to get a chairperson, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Okay, motion passed. Okay. So now what we have to do is we have to do, probably, just go the same thing, do the same thing to get a commission, a head commissioner, chairperson. I don't know if there's anybody that wants to do the job and wants to give us some kind of experience that they would have that would make it something that they want. It's not, this commission handbook is online, and I meant to email everybody and say, hey, look at it. But the commission, according to the commissioner handbook, it's not something that's overly taxing. I can read it if I'm not going to read it.
Can we call the meeting to order though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
You might be fired.
See, I'm not,
just
okay,
already saying anything.
it's not me.
And Mary, I think we need to get to that part of the agenda.
I think he told me that the first thing we had to do was to get a commissioner, a chairperson.
Okay.
And then the chairperson would then,
But shouldn't we call the meeting to order though?
yeah, go to the meeting to order. That makes sense, I guess, yeah, because that's part of that. And then after that,
5:36.
yeah,
Okay.
then the chairperson would then go to the.
That's fine. It's just not in that order on the agenda, so that's why I was
We found
asking.
this out later.
It's
I mean,
cool.
You know, this
Yeah.
is new to everybody, so whatever.
Okay.
Okay, you're right, so 5:35. Okay, and then let's take a roll call while we're here.
Mhm.
So Mary Brenner Hines,
Kathy Halloran,
Kathy Maywood.
Hosanna Jackson?
Eliza Dieter.
Michelle McDonald?
Carrie Alfano, board liaison.
Gina M. Racanelli, staff liaison.
okay, now we'll get back to where we were. We gotta get a chairperson. The chairperson is elected for a one-year term with the opportunity to serve again if they want to. The chairperson has several main responsibilities, including presiding over the commission, setting the agenda, and conducting its business in an orderly fashion during meetings. So that's the out. In addition to these duties, the chairperson often acts informally as a commission representative in the outside world, develops the agenda with the staff liaison, and together with the village staff, make sure the agenda is posted at least 48 hours ahead of the meeting time. Ensuring that business is properly conducted, periodically reviewing the commission's charter with members, and assign subcommittees where applicable, and call special commission meetings with the assistance of the village staff as necessary. So it's not a real in-depth, I've got, or whoever's got their hand on every pulse of every single thing. So it's pretty much just conducting the meetings and having a general idea of what the commission is doing. So, is anybody interested in doing this? I'll do it if nobody else wants to do it. It's for a year, so after a year, somebody else can do it, if
yeah, I think,
somebody
I think you would
I have,
be the right person for right now, and just because of my job and other duties, I think things will be changing. So, but I think it being a year, I think is, And we can
And
kind of collaborate on agendas, and I can submit the agenda too.
Right,
I guess it
I
depends
did talk
on-
to Matt, and he said that we could do the same kind of double. Did you want to say something?
I was gonna say that before we had that shared responsibility to co-chairs. I
Great.
didn't know if that was something that.
Yeah,
that
he
was
did say that,
opportunity.
and basically Kathy would be.
I would do it
her
with-
secretary.
Yeah, and I would do the
You know.
co-chair thing with you, just in help to streamline setting the agenda. We live a couple doors down, right? And then even, we could collaborate and then, until our, if we're getting new members, until we get acclimated with each other working together, I think it's better to have someone with some experience on
Yeah. With the
Um,
most experience.
right,
on here.
with the
Yeah.
commission. I think
Yeah.
it just makes sense.
Yeah.
I do talk a lot.
No, you
We can rein you in.
Yes, point of order, please be quiet.
So, I mean,
Okay, so somebody wants to make a motion, if anybody else wants to comment?
I have some comments.
Okay.
I'm looking over the agenda, and I'm not exactly sure what my comments fit in.
Well, let's get a chairperson first,
Okay.
and then we'll go.
Well, this
through.
has to
It's
do
number
with
seven.
the chairperson.
Yeah, what you got?
Well, I mean, I kind of want full disclosure. I'm still upset about how everything went down, and from the comments of the two people that left, I was under the impression that we don't really have support, optimal support from,
Don't listen to them. I don't know, what can we say?
well, I felt like, I mean, it was the person that was very instrumental in getting me on the thing, and I
That's true.
don't want to set us, I kind of want to know what the heck, excuse me, it's all about. I mean,
I
I
would
don't want to be hitting my
suggest
head
to
against a
you-
wall for nothing.
I would suggest to you that you talk directly to the person that you had those feelings with. I don't know, we all know who it is. I don't know if you're that close to Carla, the other one.
No, but I know,
But-
when we talked at the, that one event, the Autumn Bazaar thing,
Mhm.
and she had some things to say that were really enlightening to me about,
don't
I
know how
think
to-
we should see how this agenda, how today's meeting goes, Kathy. I think honestly,
We're starting fresh.
Yeah.
I think we're starting
And there's
fresh.
no-
I think
That's how I
let's see
feel.
what ideas, let's see how things go today going forward. And I
but
think-
going forward, do you feel like we have the support of the board, the people that, I
Well, I
mean,
think we have Carrie, we have Gina
Yes,
here,
I
and they're
think we do.
coming, and they come to our meetings.
I will tell
think
you,
so.
I never felt that way. Never once.
Me
did I
neither.
feel that way, and I think that's tainted you because those people
Yeah.
were uncomfortable with whatever situation they got and however they got that way, and I'm sorry that happened.
This is a-
I'm
no, I
really-
mean, it
I'm
isn't
really
being sorry, it's
that
just, I just wanted to be aware there were two people that really, really worked hard, and I really, thought highly of them, and I still do. I'm not saying that, I understand that everybody has a difference of opinion, and the people that are on the board that I've seen at those meetings really are wonderful. I mean, I feel very comfortable, but I guess I feel like I have the right to be informed about what actually,
Well, then you'd have to, like I said, you'd have to go ask them, because I don't feel that way.
Okay.
Kathy doesn't feel that way.
I will say, Kathy, I think communication previously wasn't great. I don't feel like everyone was all communicating together and on the same page. I
Okay.
think it was a couple of people doing whatever they
Okay.
wanted, and
Mhm.
I feel like I was in the dark half the time. I don't know if anyone else feels that way.
Oh, I'm really feeling in the dark at the moment.
Well, yeah, it's just, I think moving forward, we just have to be all communicating together as one team.
Okay, so you all feel very optimistic about the
Oh, yes.
support?
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
all right.
I'm not worried about that at all.
Okay.
I feel like we need to just be communicating all together and all be on the same page and be
Okay.
on.
And Mary, you understand where I'm coming from. I mean, I wasn't trying to be negative, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
know, be
I do
aware.
understand, and I don't, I just kind of feel bad that, that's the feeling that you got from certain people without us getting to say, "Oh, hey, wait, hold on."
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, that's a personal situation.
Yeah.
Carrie?
So as someone who started here on the commission before I became a board member, and being able to see kind of from an outsider's perspective, because I don't vote and I don't, so I'm part of you kind of, but not part of you kind of, right? I think that it's a lot to do with communication. I also think that when when you have conflict, you really do have to have the conflict directly. I think that if my suggestion to you, sitting here at the table, and I know we have another commissioner that joined us, she was, we voted yesterday to approve her at the commission, would just be to be honest, to be open, to keep that communication open. And one of the things that I recognized, being kind of on the outside, was when we have these events, it does kind of feel very compartmentalized, even with the small group that you have.
Mhm.
And I think that it's more about the collaboration. If the commission is going to commit to doing these events, then the commission has to commit to doing the events,
All
not
together.
just one person
Yeah.
doing, so like we have to clear the calendar and we have to make sure that we are all supporting each other. I think that that's kind of where a lot of the breakdown of communication came from.
Mhm.
Just as from that insider who's now on the outside.
Mhm.
That's what I saw.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say there's negativity per se. I think that there are some challenges for sure, but I think that whenever you take on something like that, you're going to have challenges, and you're always going to have, people have feelings and they have their own personal feelings. They have the right to have those feelings, and that's what they bring to the table. But when it comes to your common goal, it does have to be very open, and you have to support each other.
Gina?
I just wanted to say, as the staff liaison, I don't really have, I'm very much more of an outsider than Carrie is in this case. And I want you to know that as a staff liaison, you have my complete support to facilitate and get information back to you if you have questions. And when I say you, I mean the entire commission. And from that perspective, I just wanted you to know that that's what my role is, and that's what I will continue to do.
That means the world to me. That really makes me feel much better, both of you, so thank you for that. Because I'm the newest person on this committee. I know nothing. I mean, that's why I look to all of these people. No, I'm talking to her because,
You're a newbie.
yeah. So basically, I'm coming from a point of not knowing what I'm talking about, but it was the feeling that I got, so.
Yeah, you were invited, and then
Bailed.
everybody bailed.
Little bit.
Welcome.
Okay, so thank you for that, and I'll be quiet now.
What's worse?
Yeah.
Well, and I think another part of that is after a while, you just have other ventures that you want to do, and I don't think that we have to honor that too.
Well, we're volunteers.
Right.
We're all volunteers.
But,
And we have to remember
we
that.
do have to, when we commit to something, we need to commit.
Yeah.
Start to finish, whether it's the perfect way it was when, you got to at least ride out your wave, because you made that commitment to do that. It's just my feeling. So, okay, any other comments or whatever on this?
So someone should make a motion
Well,
in a
yeah,
second, and that should be a
For us
vote by
to be
person.
co-chair, I mean, you want to temporarily
Do
have
we
us,
have to
because
do
if I
this twice?
collaborate,
Do we have to do
and
one for a commission and one for a
Co-chair?
commission? Co-chair?
just so we can
Um,
set the agenda, basically, for set of the agenda, because I am going to facilitate doing that and submitting it.
None of this is in the moment.
You can
The
use,
last
you
time, was it
can,
one and
if you have all of the board positions with if everybody, secretary, co-chair, chair, and you can vote, I believe you can vote on all of those
So
at once.
Maybe I can
Okay.
just stay secretary and just do maybe that'll fall under the
Okay,
secretarial
she was
duties,
already-
being the administrator for
already
submitting the
commissioner.
agenda physically to Cheryl. So then you can just be the chairperson temporarily.
Yeah.
Let's maybe do it that way.
Because
Because I'm the secretary, so I'm doing secretarial things.
Okay, so motion for
We all work together.
Mary to be
Mary.
the chairperson
Person for the year,
for the year. I motion for that.
and I second that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a vote. Well, I'm in charge of this meeting, so I guess I do. It's a vote for the motion that Mary Brenner Hines is the chairperson of the Fund Commission for the year of 2025. Okay, let's take a vote. Eliza,
Yes.
Kathy Halloran,
Yes.
Kathy Maywood.
Yep,
Michelle McDonald,
Yes.
and me. Do I vote on myself? I'll
You
do it.
you can.
Sure.
Doesn't-
I guess can Azana vote on this because it's non-monetary?
No one told me the rules.
I don't know.
So just vote.
Gina.
Um,
Just vote.
sure.
No, you- so it's
Aye.
5.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you get a .5.
Okay, so the motion passed. So
Congratulations,
Thank you.
everybody in the balloons.
Thank you. I never thought this was going to be where I wanted Okay.
We'll
so
mark this day down
bear
as
with
a day
me,
in history.
Everybody help me out, because I didn't get a chance to look as closely at this manual as I wanted to. But, okay. So now, we're going to go to, first thing we have to do is, are there any amendments to the agenda? Or public comments on agenda items?
Public?
Agenda
Public,
items, no?
public comments.
No, seeing
Public?
none.
Okay.
We'll move on to amendments to the agenda. No? Okay. Now consent agenda, that is the
I
minutes.
handed out
So, did everybody get a
Yeah,
copy of the
let's-
minutes?
And I did send them out in December.
Oh. December?
I wrote
When was that?
December 18th at 4:30.
Very good. Yeah. We're starting over, Kathy. It's a
I
whole
emailed
new-
them to everybody.
That's a whole new thing. Okay. Fine. It was a
We can take
wild,
our
a
time.
different meeting. Is everybody ready? Everybody looked at them?
Good to me.
Does anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes?
I second.
Of the, what meeting is this?
From
November
November,
24th.
because we didn't have a
November
December
26th,
meeting.
Yeah, we have two.
November 26th meeting, yes.
Okay, anybody want a second?
I seconded.
Okay, so I'm a second. Okay, so should we take a roll call vote on that?
I don't think we have to vote, do we?
No, we just have to.
You just
motion.
approve them?
Mhm.
Okay, that's good then. Okay, they're approved. Unless, I guess we have to somehow say everybody approved them, so a yay or a nay consent.
Yay.
Everybody want to approve them?
Yay.
Yay. Any negatives? No? Okay. Okay, so they've passed. Okay, now, here's to our business. The first order of business, 5A, is introduction of our new commissioner, which is Michelle.
Hello, hello,
Tell us a
hello.
little bit about yourself, Michelle.
Well, welcome, thank you for the nice welcome.
Welcome.
A little bit about myself, been in the Villa Park area for about 17 years. Restaurant and hospitality and wine business for about 30. Just really, I'm sorry, what's that?
It's for Kathy.
Oh. So, yeah, and I've run restaurants all over the Chicago metro area, Washington DC before that. So I've got a lot of great relationships with a lot of vendors in the Chicago area. I thought my skill set would be a nice fit with this commission. We shall find out. But I'm definitely a people person, so I really look forward in engaging in the people piece of the festivals and soliciting donations and just putting that good vibe out there without sounding too Susie Sunshine.
Well,
But thank you again for the warm welcome.
yeah. Well, thank you, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Now, discussion and voting on officers. So we got the commissioner out of the way. And I don't know, since we have Gina now taking care of our money for us, we don't really have a treasurer. So secretary is what we have. Hello.
Hello.
This is, you're the Chamber of Commerce guy. right?
Yeah, Kyle is my name.
Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
But I think I met about
Right or
half of you.
something.
If not, happy to make some introductions later.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, Yeah, how do you spell your last name again?
SCHNETTLER.
Okay.
And yes, I met you last week.
Okay, well, we will circle back to Kyle after we're done with our other business here. So we have a commissioner and I think just the secretary is what the two things we have going here. So I would like to keep Kathy, I motion that Kathy, we retain Kathy as our secretary. We need a
I second that motion.
Vote.
All in favor of Kathy being the secretary?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll
Okay.
go for myself.
Negative, say, okay, seeing none, Kathy is our secretary. So we have our new commissioner and our secretary. Okay, I have on here budget 2025.
I do have a question. Are there more officers that we
What
have to
else?
do? Because
No,
I was doing the social media,
I
but
don't
then I
know if
wasn't
that's an
doing the social
office.
media. Is
I
it an
don't know
office?
if it's an office.
Just a
I
responsibility?
think it's
you should-
more
if you
of a
could keep-
responsibility.
I will.
Yeah.
Do we need to, who do I contact to change the passwords though?
Riley.
Probably Riley.
Riley,
She's the-
okay. Because the password should probably be changed for the email
Right.
and the
Right.
social media.
So you're gonna be in charge of the email?
I can be, yes.
Because I don't.
Yeah, I can be in charge of both of those. If that's okay.
I
Yeah.
got on it the other day, so let me know though, passwords that you got.
I
I
will.
won't do
Yeah,
any.
you
What's
should
Riley's
probably have
last name?
access to it.
Pillar, Pillar.
Okay, I will email her and then Mary, I will get that to you for both of those.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what, we have to investigate and see if it's an actual, and if it is. we
Yeah,
can-
I don't
we'll put
know.
it on the
But
agenda next
I
time.
will be in
Yeah,
charge of
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
for
because
now.
I copy, when I send the minutes to Cheryl, I copy the in Villa Park email.
Right, okay.
So you know the things were sent.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'll check on that. Okay, I have on the budget here, I have no information on whether, I talked to Matt the other day and he said, budget was approved, whatever we asked for, we got.
Well, I have what we did for the,
Yeah, I have what
September.
we did, it's
or what we
$10,000.
submitted.
And that was approved.
And that was approved.
Okay, and we had $1750 for the clock tower
Right,
set
right.
aside,
So
included in that.
Yeah, as far as, I think we're gonna have to do some work on our budgeting. I think there's, I don't know where this fits. I'm gonna go to, first thing I'd like to do, that's the budget. It's approved, $10,000 budget we have. That's what I was concerned for, that I had.
Okay, so that is approved.
Right, so I think our first thing, I'd like to know if we can work out a date, number D, and the reason I put that on there, if anyone has any comments, is date and time for kites and kicks. So the sooner we get that, the sooner we can try and get first dibs on all of the people we want to help us do that and order kites and stuff like that.
Okay, so that's jumping ahead, but that's fine.
Can I say one thing? Because I did
Yes,
know,
please.
Gina, I did know, I saw that the Villa Park Summer Festival was
Yeah,
for
when
June
is that?
21st.
Okay.
That sounds right. I was just looking the date up.
So-
And the 15th is Father's Day.
Yes, it's the Saturday after Father's Day.
So do we do the 22nd, 29th, 8th?
I like it earlier.
I would like it early, I would like the.
Because I like
You like the
I like it when it was right after the kids got out of school, but that's up to your work, but.
No, that's fine.
Because I feel like what it should be is a welcome to summer. It's the
Love it.
end of school, opening of summer. It's
Kickoff or
kickoff,
hurrah.
kites and kickoff for summer or something, you know. We can even tweak that. Does June 8th sound good for everybody?
I like the 8th.
I think that's great. I
It's
think
a
it totally
Sunday.
works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if we have to vote on this. It's an agenda item, so let's vote on it. I motion that we set the date for Kites and Kicks event for June 8th.
Bless you.
Bless you.
20,
That was very dangerous.
25.
Thank you. I'm very demure.
I second the motion.
Where is that held?
Rotary Park,
Is that Rotary Park? Okay.
that's our park.
That's right.
I think
Cool.
those prizes, I think getting that hot dog guy,
I liked
I'd like
him.
to
We,
try-
we have a budget.
setting,
big
like,
We have a big
setting
budget.
a time for the kickball game, so,
Mhm.
because everybody was flying kites, so then we'd set a
Right.
time for then kids
This
and
is why I
families that
wanted
want to
to do
participate in
this.
kickball, they're not there at noon.
Yeah, I think
And-
that's great. I think we did a lot right,
Yeah.
and it was great. It was super organized. Really happy with it,
Yeah,
right?
so, yeah.
But I think we can spend a little bit of money on advertising for it, doing the
Little bit better with
paper,
a little
doing the
bit
I'd
newspaper,
like to do that.
A little bit more of
Like to
the
get-
pushing it.
signage.
Yeah, maybe some Facebook ads or
Like
something.
Yeah.
a cotton candy thing.
Yeah, but I would
think
like
it
to
could.
pump up the
I
food
think
a
it
little
could.
bit. I love the hot dog guy. He's
Yeah,
great.
but I think we could do it.
But we could go a
I
little.
think we were worried
Yeah, we got a
because
budget.
we didn't have money
Yeah.
before.
Could we
And
do
now
the
we can-
lobster
Now we
guy
have-
again?
We have a
You sure
little.
can.
I love Maine
I
lobster.
know, remember? You and I.
So
Yeah.
that's what we can work, and we might even want to, I wanted to get that on the thing so we can call somebody and get some dates and
vendors.
get somebody set and not call when it's too late when they're already set. It's already February,
Yeah.
you're ready,
It's not.
so.
It's January.
So we're in
Yeah,
better shape.
I like it
than-
after the school.
than last.
Okay,
I agree.
that's great.
I agree. Okay.
That's awesome.
So that's that. So now, do you think that, well, that's, I guess, just a date and time. Do you think we want to set like a special meeting or a special committee or something to work on this kites and kicks? Or do you think we should just keep it, and we're just basically adding to what we
Yeah.
did last time?
I think we need a
So-
special committee to decide what we're doing for the year.
Well, I don't think that, I think that next meeting, we should set other stuff. We should
'Cause-
do everything. Because
Yeah.
right now, I don't know, I'm really not prepared for doing that right now.
Yeah, so I don't know if we want a special, do we
That
want to
would be-
wait all the way until next meeting to decide what we're doing for the year?
Well, it's not, I don't know.
Well, maybe people have ideas.
Yeah, I think people need to formulate some, bless you, formulate some ideas about things we can be doing.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
so
don't
they're
know
planning
if we're gonna
something
do
different.
What we're doing with Autumn Jubilee.
I don't either.
I don't know.
That's in flux. I think we need to.
Do we want to
decide
talk
that.
about it now? Are we off of kites and kicks for right now?
Well, I do have a question, because there's, where's Lucky?
So,
Which is
yeah,
March.
That was on my thing.
Okay.
And that was not as important to me to get to set
Okay.
that date. That date was fluxing in.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't put it on.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't forget it. I have a list somewhere of all the stuff we did.
So we're doing
Okay.
Lucky.
Do we want to do Where's Lucky
Yeah.
again?
What is Where's Lucky?
So, and if you, Kathy, I would love your help with this. Michelle,
Sure.
would love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Sure.
so I think the first,
I don't even know what it is.
it's easy,
Well,
it's an
listen,
easy
because
one.
you're helping.
It's an easy one.
That'd be a nice way to get my feet wet.
It's easy.
Uh-huh.
So the first
Yeah,
thing we
it's a
usually do
small
in the
one.
year is the Where's Lucky.
Okay.
So we have a couple of little leprechauns, stuffed leprechauns, and we get businesses in Villa Park to have them up
Okay.
with a little box, little ballot, little, box. And when you find Lucky, you fill out your name, and then we pull a raffle from each box from each of the businesses. And we post it on social media, like little clues about where Lucky's at. So Lucky will be at, unfortunately, Lucky was at Windy City Curling, and Windy City Curling
Had a fire.
and Lucky was
Lucky
survived.
wasn't so, yeah.
He did?
Survived.
Lucky wasn't
He was
so lucky.
okay. He wasn't. Well, he was lucky.
He was lucky.
was lucky. So
They're
that,
open again, so hey.
but they were so sweet, and they like reached out. They're like, "Do you want Lucky back? We found him." And yeah, so I'd really like to go to Windy City Curling. Let's try again. Hopefully, he wasn't unlucky for them. We've had him at Mike's Meat Market. We've had him at House of White Light, which is gone. So
How
just
many Luckies are there? Just one?
4.
Oh, okay.
4. So
We'd have the paper place.
yeah, we had it at the scrapbooking store. And then what we do is with the raffle baskets is we buy things from those places, which is nice because then you're getting a basket full of fun stuff from Villa Park businesses.
Supporting them.
Yeah, supporting the businesses, because to me that's my big thing is supporting Villa Park businesses. It's really important to me. So yeah, just getting people out shopping there and looking there, and then buying things from them, and
finding
then
out that they exist.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
Focus enough, the workout place. They gave us,
Vasa, whatever.
no,
I'm
it's
sorry.
Focus. It's a different place. We have so many great gyms.
I know, right?
But yeah, that'd be a great place to go to. Yeah.
Interested.
Yeah. Yes,
I was just saying we have one really great gym.
we sure do.
The best.
We have the best gym. We love
Just
it.
kidding around.
No, we love it. So yeah, it's just a fun thing to get people out looking for Lucky.
My question would be, how do we get this organized? Do I connect with you?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I kind of just headed it up for the past couple of years, but if you want to think about some businesses or reach out to some businesses who might want to have Lucky, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's kind of and then putting together
Usually
a cute
does it
raffle
like
basket.
2 weeks, 3 weeks? How long?
Yeah, Lucky,
Well, it's
so
lucky 'cause it's
Lucky's,
March, like, around- it's like
yeah,
St.
Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patrick's Day. Yeah, so,
It's in March.
through February would be good to kind of get that organized, or maybe before the meeting to have some ideas. of
Before
things.
then, and then really roll it out like first week of
1st.
March.
Yeah, just,
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're
March
gonna,
17th, so you got 3 weeks of March, actually.
so I don't know, we can all kind of put our heads together and just be emailing about it, and,
When
hey, I
does
reached
St.
out to this business, I reached out to this
Patrick's
business.
Day is
It's a
March
Monday.
17th.
Yeah, so we'll start it on March 1st, I think is a fun, and then,
March 1st is a Saturday,
yeah,
Okay, start, Lucky.
and you would be doing social media posts?
yeah, and just like fun clues about where Lucky's
Mm-hmm.
hiding
You know,
and taking
once-
pictures of what Lucky's
Once we
looking at or
did,
whatever.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Once we did the awards at DAC,
DAC we did, yeah.
yeah, do you want to do a live award, or do you want to just?
Live
do-
was,
Well, that one didn't work because we learned something there. We learned from that.
We learned from
so
that.
we will not do that
to read the
again.
raffles before you read them live
We
on the
just got
internet.
fully
Oh,
raffle
really?
and Mr. Funny Pants won,
Yep.
and we're like, oh no.
Mhm. So yeah, there's that, but we can figure that out.
There's that.
There's that.
There's that.
Learning, we're always
If you go
learning.
through them and pull out the funny pants.
Yeah, you gotta go
then
through
you're
them
fine.
first,
So
unfortunately.
that's up to you too.
Yeah.
You can be in charge of this, you can, so.
Yeah.
However, we decide that.
But it's easy, it's pretty, but very little investment. We already have Lucky, we have the raffle boxes, maybe we need some more raffle tickets, we just have to look. Easy.
And then solicit the businesses.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
hardest.
So just thinking
yeah.
about maybe if we could throw a couple ideas of businesses and email each other about it, and then
It would be helpful for me if you had like a little script so that I would be able to explain it to the vendors
Sure.
better.
Yes,
So I'm
for me
like-
as well, so
Yeah,
I better
okay, I'll
understand
email you
it.
a
Because I've never seen it
Please,
or
Ann,
done
thank
it,
you.
Well, should they get like fun commission cards, like business
Yeah,
cards?
Yeah, we
choose
have
more
business cards, too.
cards.
and
And then you can
stickers.
hand a card.
Okay.
Did you say you get some, or you will get some?
I should have some, but I'll get some more.
I have a few business
T-shirt, that would
cards.
be
I
official.
know we might have to vote on
Yeah.
whether to get those.
You do need a shirt. Email script of Lucky. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's,
And just to, because we do have some new members, then Gina, if you can just, when we email, you can't reply to all, right? You just have to reply to the person who sent the email in the Open Meetings Act, or the,
Can't reply, yes, I
only
believe
conduct
reply.
business.
Yeah, rather than, right.
so we can communicate via email.
Uh-huh,
You just can't reply to all.
correct.
Got it. Okay,
Fair enough.
perfect. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
So we got Lucky swung into that kite thing.
I don't use email.
There's so many questions that come up when you're doing stuff like this, but,
With the St. Patrick's Day being on the 17th, would you run it through the 22nd, just to make it like 3 weeks?
We can, yeah.
Because then, the meeting then is the 25th. Then it's an even. it's the
Well, yeah,
first
that
of the-
only gives us 3 days to get a hold of everyone.
Oh. Because if you,
Can we do it till the 20th? Is that a Monday?
well, the 17th is a Monday, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, it's a
Thursday.
Monday?
And go to like
And
Wednesday.
then the March 1st, and then it only gives you 2 weeks, and all of a sudden it's,
Can we start it earlier in February? Or no?
Sure, why not? Why not
When's
start
our
the week
meeting?
first?
I think it should start early, just to give it more time.
We can start earlier.
We'd have to nail a lot down, obviously,
Yeah, you gotta-
before the next
February.
meeting and
Yeah.
start working on that now.
February, you gotta-
So
next-
February, the meeting is the 25th, but it's a short month, so you really only got then the 3 days, you know.
Yeah, the meeting's the 25th. We'd kind of have to start it maybe, yeah, that doesn't really give us a lot of time.
Mm-mm.
Well, what did you want to do at the meeting? Just end and announce the winners, or?
No, I'm talking about the meeting before, where we'll have all
The February meeting?
yeah.
Oh. So, yeah, that would be-
Yeah, I still say we maybe start it on the 1st,
Mhm.
and maybe run it through the 20th.
Last year, you only ran it the 1st to the 17th, according to
Yeah.
my notes.
Oh, really?
I think it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Then
And
do
that
it.
gives
Goes
us
with
time
St.
to
Patrick's
contact the people and get them for the
Then
meeting.
do it only then it's like 2 weeks. Then
Mhm.
do it then. Then
It's
makes sense
fine.
to end on St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day.
Okay, cool.
I'm not trying to be up to, so basically we only need 4 people?
Just 4 businesses.
Okay,
Just 4 businesses. Just to put Lucky in and.
okay, so that should be
And then
pretty.
come up
Yeah,
with
it's
clues.
really not. It's pretty easy. Some cute clues. Little riddles about where Lucky's at.
Okay,
Yeah, that's it. All we need is 4.
Are you going to coordinate that somehow so you don't wind up with 8?
Yeah, I said we're gonna email
Okay.
the business, email ideas of
There you go,
businesses, and then
yeah.
we'll
Mhm.
contact them.
Go in and see if they want, so that.
Yep.
the-
But I'll send an
First
email
come,
script
first served,
first.
Yeah.
that would be good.
Yeah, I will do
So
that.
I'm not faltering.
Yeah.
And then you'll connect with us, Eliza.
Yeah, I'm gonna send an email to everybody. Yeah. Communication. That's the word of the year. Communicate.
Communicate.
A
My
match.
favorite communication.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so we got Lucky there. Okay, where are we? Participation in other village events. Okay, I'd just like to remind everybody that, I don't know, Gina, do you know what's going on with Summerfest as far as tents? Like, not last year we didn't do anything, but the year before we had a tent and a photo op, and do you think that's still gonna be?
It will be an option. I mean, we'll be inviting
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
community groups to participate as
okay,
well
so
as other
there's
business
someone-
vendors, so yeah.
So there's Summerfest, and we're hoping the parade, the 4th of July parade. There'll be Kyle's Christmas thing. I always forget the name of that.
Joyful
Joyful Traditions.
Yeah.
Kyle's Christmas.
Kyle's Christmas. Yours
It's yours. It's your thing.
Yeah, Joyful Traditions is always super fun.
I've
Right.
heard a lot of great things about the autumn one, and that's a pretty new one that just started in the last.
The Autumn Festival.
Yeah,
That's the one that's in flux.
that's in flux.
That's the one.
Okay.
in
It's not
flux.
saying you can't head it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
My friend, it was just, it got very large.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's almost the reason I'm here.
Yes.
I want to make sure it happens again.
Oh,
I want to
nice.
put chamber energy behind it.
There you go.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but,
You would need that.
oh, hey,
Yeah.
I don't recognize the back of your head.
That's awesome, we were talking about that.
Cool.
Okay.
So I don't think there's anything coming up between now and our next meeting. So I'll try and I did have a list, but I have stuff all over the place from 2 months of doing stuff. So I'll make a specific list of stuff that we've done in the past, and then we can find out if they're going to be doing it. And even when your Brewfest is, even though it's not our, whatever, we want to be aware of when those things are.
It's the
so we
first
can-
Saturday in October.
Yeah,
I think
so we
it's
can-
is it the
Oh, it's
4th?
the first Saturday? I won't remember.
Now it is. You won't remember, is that what you said?
That would-
Fourth, it's the 4th, first Saturday.
I think it's the
of
4th, right?
October.
First Saturday of October.
That would be a big help in figuring out the budget, right? Like how much we're spending on everything?
Well,
So our budget used to be like 3,000.
3,500.
And it's now 10.
Right.
And then the people who were kind of heading that large event are not here any longer.
Right.
And
My concern exactly.
we work. I work weekends. Like, doing a big event like that is, I'm all about it, but it's a big undertaking for volunteers, and it's, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to take off on the weekends. It's very difficult. I get a couple that I can do, so,
Right.
I think that was to me, the.
Kites and kicks is one of them.
Kites and kicks is one, but it's a really small event. It doesn't take up a lot of money. It's super
That's why,
fun.
I just don't want.
That's
us
why I
to
was
get
sort of
wiped out.
surprised, because the last thing I heard was that maybe we weren't gonna ask for $10,000 because.
We didn't know they were
maybe-
leaving. We asked for the money first,
Okay.
and then they
Well,
left.
But if I may, I also think that this commission has always been really good about volunteering and answering the call when other groups have needed volunteers. And I think that should the Autumn Jubilee be something that you consider, this is when you put out the call for other groups to respond.
I understand that, and I think we're gonna have to put our spin on it now, because personally, I have no clue what that call is. There was nobody brought in to learn that information.
Yeah.
And so now we're kind of, well, we know what the end result was, but we have no idea how we got there.
See, and
Mhm.
I'm saying
that's-
you can create it.
Right, we
Yeah.
can create it our
Like,
own
we
way.
can
It
flip
doesn't
that
have to be
narrative,
a.
right?
It was
carbon
exhausting.
copy.
I thought it was such a
Well,
big
it
event
was
for a
an
small
exhausting
group of
event for
people.
But you
one
had
big
great
group.
suggestions
Could we like
about shifts. You had a lot of great
Not only that,
suggestions. Bring that energy.
Yeah,
If we're gonna
Those
do it,
ideas,
that's
yeah.
I
fine.
think that's great.
Jump in full force. Let's just go and do it. And if the community wants us to do it, I think we should. But bring the whatever positive, because I think you have really good ideas about making it easier. I think it was way too spread out. It needs
That's
to
the
be
thing.
like
We
this.
had like dogs everywhere and vendor. I think I think Sarah Corkery and
That was
St.
awesome.
Genesius did amazing. We could really take that aspect and develop that aspect more, and then keep it on the prairie path.
Yeah.
And make that the haunted trail. We don't have to have a bus, because that was
Right.
out of control.
Yeah.
Decorating it was exhausting.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of I think it could be very much streamlined and get, because Trustee Patrick is the Halloween guy. He loves the Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween
We gotta
is
get
where
him
I was
involved
thinking
sooner.
of going.
So I think
Or
there's
if
a lot of really.
If you take off the scarecrow thing that you guys are doing, the decorating thing is really cute, and somehow it seems all separate.
I was thinking like, you could maybe contact people who've done it, like if they have like notes or something from like
You
past
can
times
certainly contact them if you want.
they've done, but.
Yeah.
I mean,
They said
if we-
that.
The people from last year, you mean?
Yeah, who,
Yeah.
like, did it, like if they like have like people, past people they've contacted,
Yeah.
like we
You
could
know
always like.
Carla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I think we just need to say we're doing it and we're just going for it.
And if we can get the other groups to volunteer, then that's another thing, spring.
Keep it on the prairie. We're not going all over the place.
Yeah, I agree.
Hear what Kyle is.
Yeah, because they do.
People had a really good time. It was fun, but God, it was like from 6 in the morning
I
to
was
6 at night
exhausted.
nonstop.
Well, if
I
we
was
have
so
more
tired.
people, then we'll be.
fact, I'm
And you know what, I
Just
kind of
thinking
feel bad
about
for
it.
you, because my first meeting, I was like, I have no idea, no concept, I couldn't picture, I had no idea what anybody was talking about.
It's all
so
good. It's
It'll
all
all
good.
fall into place.
I'll ask
Yeah.
a lot of questions later.
Yeah.
And
But
reach out.
but whatever ideas you got, please, like.
I think just right off the top of my head, just looking back, the more face painters, because that was so popular, and then we have a long lineup, you
Yep,
know.
I agree.
And the balloon guy was super popular, but again, you had a long line.
But I'd rather pay the budget for 2 balloon people, 2
Yes.
face painting
That's
people,
what was really
not have the
popular.
boss. I think we
Right.
can, but I think we have to start. That's why I think we need to figure out the dates for the year, because that we have to start like probably
Well, you
soon.
could do anything. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I want
Do
to
you
kind
wanna
of kick
start
so
by
we can
getting a
find out
date?
too. Well, if we wanted.
Well, you know,
to go out and
Brewfest
get a
is
date
10
today, we could.
4.
What were the dates last
Well, we
year?
did it over the,
Over the 3-day weekend.
yeah, we did it over,
Indigenous people.
yeah, I was gonna say Columbus Day.
Yeah.
I was also thinking that we could try and tie in that business district on Villa, that
So-
thing that they did like a week after or a week before, I can't remember.
That was also the
Trick or treat.
firehouse
Oh yeah.
thing too, and they do that the second Saturday.
Of what? October?
October.
Okay, so the
Because of-
firehouse
I thought it
does the
was after
second.
Brewfest.
Which is only 3 hours, it's just an
Yeah,
open,
it's
it's
just-
just an open house.
But that's the Indigenous People Day weekend. The second
The
Saturday of
second-
October is the 11th, and that's that weekend, isn't it not?
It is, yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, that's.
Well,
Everyone's got to.
I will say that's a weekend I'm not allowed to take off at work because it's a holiday weekend.
3-day weekend.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Which
have
makes
to
it
be
hard to
over
read.
that, because that's really
It was a
like,
well-
And then Brewfest is the
Because
first Saturday,
Kids were-
fourth, so that's the
And we
fourth.
had lots of dates.
Brewfest is the 4th.
so we could put it
So either
We can do the 11th or the,
or closer to Halloween is a Friday and do it on the 25th.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
do we want, when's the business district
Oh.
thing?
I don't
That's a
know.
great
It
question.
might be
Yeah,
the
because they
18th.
get
might
I don't know.
a little salty if we interfere. We don't want to interfere.
That's
with
not
that.
my business district, I'm on Ardmore.
I'm just
Okay.
trying to figure out.
I think it's salty.
Get a little
Well,
salty.
is it first come, first served? Have they
No, it's
reserved,
always the weekend before. I
How many
think.
quarters are in the dollar?
Should we do the 18th or the 25th?
Four? Do you know who the president?
What is that?
Well, I don't.
I like the idea of the kids having a 3-day weekend, though, because I think you're going to get more bang for your buck on the attendance with the families.
Gives
Well, they'll
those
come
kids a
any
dump.
weekend.
Yeah, I
It's a
think they kind of
weekend.
come anyway because it's a Saturday.
A Saturday we would do it. It's just, I don't, because other bits, you're just like
I'd rather have it
jammed up.
closer to Halloween, so.
Sometimes if it's a holiday
18th
too,
to the
people go out of
24th.
town.
This is
Saturday,
true.
October 26, 2024.
Is the business district?
That's
Well,
a
it's last year, that was the
Okay.
Saturday before.
So we do the 18th, that's gonna be a busy October. For a town that has no Halloween events, we have
Packed-
3
we're
of
packed,
them
yeah.
right in October, so.
In the past, the Park District has done something. I don't know if you have any plans on doing something.
For Halloween, we
Was that
do.
Friday evening event?
Yeah, so it'll be different this year, because we won't have the Iowa Community
Place,
Center, but,
yeah.
Halloween happenings.
yeah,
That's what
Yeah.
it was.
yeah.
But isn't that,
We are going to do, that's normally the third Friday in October.
In October,
It's
right.
the 18th.
so that's the 17th.
That's a couple
Yeah,
hours. I mean,
Friday.
it's not a, I think we go 5 to 7 or 6 to 8. I think we go 5 to 7. We do an hour outside and then an hour with entertainment inside.
Do you have the
Yeah.
exotic pet show that night?
We have had that a
Yeah,
few times,
That's always
yeah.
fun.
So what do we think, 18th or 25th?
18th.
I think
18th?
the
I say we.
18th, Yeah, without knowing for sure.
I was just thinking because then the weather's still, better chance of being on our
You're
side
getting
as well.
questionable. Yeah, you're getting
I
questionable.
think we have a better chance on the 18th of the weather being on our side.
Yeah. How do we feel about that?
And you got that weekend off? You can get that weekend off?
Yeah, easier than I can get a holiday,
Okay.
Saturday.
That would be the draw
They're
for
like
me.
grayed out days that I'm not really supposed to do.
Mhm.
Yeah. Makes it tough.
Mhm.
I'm a weekend warrior too, so you take one day and I'll take one day off that weekend.
Yeah, it's,
I have the 18th. That's a Saturday.
18th.
I vote for the 18th for now.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Marksville Avenue will be on, is what you said, the 25th normally.
Yeah, that would probably be.
Unless we want to find out and see if they want to work together with us and we try and vote together.
we'll do the
We
18th.
could reach out.
You'd rather do the 18th?
Let's get a fortune teller.
Love it.
I love that.
A magic 8 ball. Anyway.
They read your hand.
We were gonna do
Yeah,
that when the House of White Light, but then they left us. Love it.
I do too. I
Well,
think
let's
box.
set it for the
Tarot.
Mary can
18th
make the
now.
box and you can be like in big.
Like, this line means you'll live a long life and you'll have good love.
I see a man in your future. That's the one I want. I want to see that one.
Man in your future.
Oh, God, no, you don't.
Okay, I feel good. We got some dates down. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's good.
Okay.
That's good. Written in pen?
Written in pen.
Okay.
Do you want to do the public comments?
Okay, so some of this stuff we'll have to just wait and, the 4th of July parade's always on the 4th of July. There is, in April, there will be the parade path cleanup. I'm hoping to contact them and let them know. I don't know if they'll probably still call Leslie, but I'll let them know.
I'm on the
that there's
email
a
too.
new- Okay.
I am.
That there's a new.
And it's always, you know when it is, and it's always when we have First Communion, so.
And
First
spring,
weekend of May?
Yeah.
It's the last
It's like the last
Saturday of
weekend of April.
April.
Right
I can
after
just tell you when it's
Labor
gonna
Day
be,
or
because
something. Yeah.
it is going to be,
And then,
because they've been doing it the last Saturday of April, the 26th, because that seems to be like some
I'm gonna look right now.
It's like Arbor Day.
26th
Arbor
at
Day
9
or
a.m.
something.
Yeah.
For the First
Earth Day?
Communions?
Saturday, April 26th at 9 a.m.
Yeah, our First Communions.
and
at
then,
1 o'clock.
spring
Church
sweep.
is still gonna be there. Two.
Mary, you're being
Spring
very
sweep is-
pessimistic.
Where is
Good
it?
luck.
Is the church still
Gotta
going?
get something from
We
it.
always monitor that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have a list of all these events, so like,
I don't know if they've put that.
if it's out, yeah?
No, that was always my goal. was to get 'em
Make a
all.
list of the events.
Well, I'll put it in the
Everybody
minutes.
to every-
Because like yourself, I work
entire
weekends,
village.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll put our things down in the minutes, and then I'll put the meeting dates,
What
I'll
did we
put,
say, the
Okay.
26th
Okay.
is one?
I'll put meeting dates down
Okay.
in the minutes too.
I'm sorry.
The
what was that, Mary?
26th at 9 a.m. is Prairie Path Cleanup.
Okay.
They do not have date for 2025 yet. Saturday, May 18th was 2024 for Spring Sweep.
Okay.
What was the date?
May 18th, 2024 was last year's
Oh.
Spring Sweep.
Call
Just to get
Mr.
an
Wade.
idea.
Oh, that was tiring too.
Yeah, you're always there, Kathy.
That's 9 to noon.
It's a work day for me. I just drop off my junk with you. I'm like, hey, Kathy, going to work. Here's my stuff. Here's my electronics and my used paint.
Last year I didn't bring water, and I was like so Mary luckily had water.
I was walking back and
So
forth.
thirsty.
They didn't have water?
I didn't bring water. I was like,
They didn't have water for
We didn't
volunteers?
have specific jobs, we were moving
oh
around.
my
Yeah.
gosh, I was so thirsty.
Okay, bring water to
Bring
Spring
water,
Sweep.
Kathy knows to bring
Note
water.
to self.
Water. Got it.
Okay.
Okay, now that, there's those events, and I'll just tell you one thing. I was talking to Manager Harline about our clock tower thing.
Mhm.
I have not gotten any response from
Rotary.
Mr. Guerrera. And I don't think any of those places are really into helping. He did mention, and it's kind of a thought, is the idea of the Kiwanis Club, you have the Rotary Club, you have, what's the other, Lions Club, that are there for collecting money, making money, or contributions for things like this. And I just, in my head, I thought this is going to be a great, wonderful thing, and I just don't see every single thing that we wanted to do.
I still think it's a great idea.
I think if we could pick one or two, and then it turns out to be a fundraising thing, because there's no way you're going to get the whole $30,000 in 1 year, and then it's going to become a 2-year, 3-year class. I think we really need to, I thought it would be wonderful in the beginning, but I don't know how it's, especially without everything we already have. Kathy, what would you like to
I
say?
want to say, because Manager Hardline did come to our meeting and say he wanted us to do more on the other side of town, to
Yes,
be more
he did.
inclusive.
He did.
So why don't we do
That's
something with the skate park?
I wanted to do the skate park.
Let's do that. Let's just focus on the skate park and then bring attention to the clock. Okay, now you bring up the fundraiser. Now you bring up to the community. And
What
then
are we
you-
doing with the skate park?
Well, something with the movie, with the,
Whatever.
Back to the
He was
Future. Wasn't
yeah,
that
he was-
something with the-
He was a skateboarder, Marty McFly.
right?
We have sidewalk chalk events separate. Can we do it at the skate park?
Yes, let's do something separate.
We do
Yeah,
that, Sure.
That would be very fun.
Mhm.
that's
I
a
was
great
thinking of
idea.
moving
That's a
that,
great idea.
Chalk thing back to the village
Something
hall.
to consider, that is where the temporary fire station's
We have a
Right.
temporary fire station?
gonna be. I don't know exactly when that is supposed to be.
So they-
Do you know?
Just that they're talking about what type of construction they're going to need to
Yeah.
do. One of the considerations is turning the gymnasium into the garage for the fire trucks, because they need to be indoors so they can make sure that they start. So I don't have a hard date at all about that, but I know they're talking with Kluber, to figure out where to go
Yeah.
from there. But even if the fire department moves into the Iowa Community Center, there is a playground, there is bags, there's bocce, the permanent, as well as the skate park, and so that needs to be open for, public use. So I'm not sure exactly if they've decided on, because at one point, I think fire sort of wanted the parking lot not to be used by anybody else, but if the park is there, we received a grant for that park, so it needs to be available to the public. So there's
Great park, too.
there's just a few little, things that they need to work through.
Yeah. I don't know where everything's gonna land, but that was just a.
Yeah. About the clock tower, if we said you want to do fundraising, do you know what's hype? Are we gonna do a GoFundMe, or are we gonna I feel like there's gonna be something to be able to track.
We've talked about a couple of different things. We talked about doing a 5K, which people register for a 5K, and you take that money and you give it right to the clock tower, and that'd be fun. You walk down the prairie path. We talked about doing a
Trivia.
a movie night. There's a bunch of different things we talked about, but I feel like with now not everything being a little bit up in the air.
Is the
and
clock tower you're talking about the one that's on the path at Ardmore?
Yes.
Okay. Just so I'm on the same page.
So
Okay.
Mary has been talking, she has this great idea that she's
I think it's a great idea.
been talking about for a while. We're trying to incorporate doing a Back to the Future vibe with saving the clock tower.
Sure.
50s dance. What a,
Oh.
5K, whatever, just fun,
Yeah.
but
A dog walk on
To
the
get
prairie
that current
path.
clock working
yeah,
again, or
Yeah.
which
to
is about
replace it
20,
outright?
No, to get it
working
working.
It's about
Okay.
20 to 30 grand,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
Which somebody had it done and it worked for 2 years.
Yeah.
I just
So-
feel like the money needs to be if we're gonna do a fundraiser, it needs to be trackable, or we can say we can go somewhere and they can see we've already raised blah 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 out of blah blah blah. Because I
100%.
feel like
It's gotta be real transparent.
I feel like if we don't have that, they're gonna be people are gonna be where's the money going? How much have we spent?
Oh, sure,
It
yeah.
kind of feels
Yeah.
useless
Yeah.
to just put money
That's
into
why you have to
an
have a-
empty hole.
yeah.
So you said someone fixed it and.
And I've done, maybe that's not such a good idea.
That's right.
Mary, I've done 5K fundraiser walks. I did one for my cousin that passed from cancer, and then took the check to Lurie's Children's. I organized the whole thing myself.
Oh, yeah,
Literally no
I
help.
think we'd have
And it was
to
great. But it's, it's a lot
have
of
an
work.
account someplace.
But if it was
because I
fixed
just
and
don't
it
think we're
broke
gonna
again,
do
that
it,
doesn't sound very good.
I think it's logistically where we're at is a bit of a rough.
I think
we're
we
in a
should-
tough spot.
I think we should re-gut it. Make it look the same, but on the inside have maybe
That's
more
what I was
waterproof.
thinking. Yeah, I said, couldn't we
again,
paint it
resistant
over the
against the
face
elements.
and do something different with the face or something?
Throw an
But
apple
at
wash
this
in there.
point, because it stopped at 5 o'clock, I think it would be wonderful to work with your business, and have some sort of, Elaine Bates drink afternoon. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Villa Park, right here. There's so
keep it
much.
so much in
Are there
Yeah.
Even at 5
dedication
o'clock.
bricks, like the dedication bricks for the veteran? Is there dedication bricks on that site?
I don't
No.
think so. There was a
So you
dedication
could,
plaque.
you
Well,
could
could
presumably
sell 'em.
sell bricks
Yeah,
at the
you could.
site.
But that's
No.
a Parks and Rec thing.
I'm just,
Right.
everything
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, we handle the bricks for
Fundraising to me is.
Or we just bring
It's my
attention to the
nemesis,
fact that it's always fun, yeah.
fundraising.
With the VFW.
We took a survey during the autumn thing, the autumn festival. A lot of people don't even know that the clock is there. We had to describe exactly where it was, and they were like, oh, there's the clock there? They didn't,
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They probably also didn't know it wasn't working.
yeah, probably not.
They're like, oh, it's 5.
It's 5 o'clock.
Damn, I'm late.
Vacation and
It's right twice a day.
Right?
Yeah, it is right.
So I just think, are we saying we're putting it on the back burner for this year?
I don't know, we need to, I was all ready to go gung ho, but that is one place where I feel there's not a lot of support for the village. And even when we went, it was rough, it was hard to do this, but we went and we did our or survey.
Right.
Survey-ish, you know. And not one person said, oh, no, don't fix it, but not one person wanted to help, not one person wanted to, half of the people didn't even know what the clock tower was.
Right.
Well, what about the whole thing with the Rotary?
Here's how I look at it, because we've gone down that road a lot. They gave the village a gift, it's ours.
To do with as we want?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we need to stop getting them involved, because
Oh, yeah.
I don't
No
think
one's
they-
going to crazy
I'm
poor
gonna
for a
get
meeting.
Yeah, they've given us a gift, it's ours to deal
But
with.
what, I thought they brought it up that a couple months ago, that they wanted to.
We were trying to get in touch with them.
Oh, I thought they okay.
No,
I
and it's
misunderstood, okay.
not really been
What's
working.
the
Okay.
So I think, it's like if somebody gives you a watch, you don't go back to that person to say, hey, can you help me fix the
And
watch?
maybe we
You
don't
say,
fix
it's my
it.
watch
Maybe we
now.
just-
The president of
Maybe
that
we
place?
just do some fun things with it, you know?
Yeah.
And have an event, and then play off the movie. I'm married is very creative. Has some
Well,
really
there's a
great
lot of
ideas.
things to do, and maybe we just pick like five, like, I think, I would love to see trivia. I would love to.
And do something at the skate park, and it doesn't, maybe it's not involving maybe just do something over in that
I
area.
thought it would be cool to do a karaoke.
I'd totally.
And that you could give people, like, wherever you went, whatever bar or whatever you went to, they could give a special gift for anybody who sang a song with time in it, time in the name or the theme. I thought, well, okay, let's narrow it down. Let's do. So
That's clever.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, but
If we do like trivia or like karaoke, like where are we gonna like host it?
we'd have to do it at a
Josephine's.
bar or something, Joseph. Yeah.
Crazy.
Place I know.
Well,
I was gonna say Crazy Board too, where they allow kids in and it's food friendly, family friendly. Library.
Which one?
Kids.
Across the
Library.
The library? Yeah.
Karaoke
I don't
at the
know.
library?
No, trivia.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
true.
I mean, we can probably do karaoke.
I think it should be kids.
My son tried that once, it didn't work.
I don't think it should be at a bar, I think it should be.
We're at a family place.
I don't know,
What
Josephine's
that-
is pretty,
what that place across the
Oh,
It's the only place I know for karaoke.
You know Yorkie's popping up. Maybe they'd like be open to
Who?
like have Yorkie, like the place that's popping
I
up.
don't know
Like maybe
what-
they'd be
what their
open to
space
like.
is like.
Yeah,
Well,
I
doesn't
don't know.
Manny's do that?
Yeah, Manny's has it on
Yeah,
Friday.
they're technically
They're
Elmhurst.
Elmhurst.
Oh, they
Manny's is
are?
technically
Yeah.
Elmhurst, but they
After
have
you
it
hit Willow there,
Okay,
or
if they're
north
in
side.
Manny's
Yorkie's
or-
Elmhurst?
It is.
Yeah.
Yorkie's
Yeah.
Elmhurst?
Street from our
That's
home?
Yep.
It is, because it splits there.
Oh, it is
actually
Pick, isn't
Villa
it?
Or Sales is also
Yeah,
on.
it is Pick.
After Villa Avenue, and then, yeah,
I thought
yeah,
Sal's
just.
was Villa and Manny's was, I thought the line was between Sal's and Manny's. Sal's is actually Elmhurst.
So it's Pick Street?
It's Pick, yeah.
Because our,
Okay.
actually, Villa Park Sales is the one on Roosevelt.
Sure.
Okay, so just real quick recap. March, we have Lucky.
Where's Lucky?
April, we have
Well, you've got the
Curry Pad
Pad
cleanup. May, we have Spring Sweep. June, we have Kites and Kicks. July and
4th of July.
August, July is 4th of July. August is getting ready for Autumn Jubilee, in my personal opinion.
Yes,
September.
yeah, we don't want to, we have to do something every month.
And then December is Joyful Traditions.
Now, do we want to do the landscaping awards
That was the next question.
and the holiday awards and the Christmas awards?
Do people care?
Can I put?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
That's your outreach.
I have
What do you
been
mean?
told.
That's your outreach for being able to bring people into your commission.
So you're
Every
saying
time I
we have
see
to do it,
somebody,
I
And
think I
it's,
think you
yeah,
would
they love
consider
it.
yeah.
They love, the
can I say?
community loves it.
Yeah, with the Halloween and the landscape awards and the Halloween, I really like a lawn sign that they can keep putting in their yard. Landscape
We can
winner
do that. We got
Oh, that's a
2025.
great idea,
Because
yeah.
I think that's a badge of honor
Yeah.
to put out in.
And then I don't have to make awards.
Then you don't have to make awards,
You don't
and we have the
choose.
budget, and I think we just buy it.
Not to choose.
Yeah.
Because I think it's nice. I think it'd be so
That's-
cute
that's
to
what-
put that in
we
your
got
yard.
money now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do have-
Halloween winner 2025.
I like that.
Put it right out with the Halloween decorations. You cool with that? Okay,
Yeah,
I
So
think
we
that,
do the
yeah,
landscape
okay.
awards, we do
I
You
will-
want
the,
to do the summer landscape awards? You just want to do Christmas and Halloween?
No, let's do a,
No,
let's do
I
a
like doing the
summer.
summer too, it's a great way to connect
Yeah.
with the community too.
I think we should do pollinators.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to, that's what we did.
I think we should do butterfly garden or pollinators,
let's, we
something
can, we
more.
can talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Whitey. How's that?
Or
Got
bug,
it.
not bug friendly, but like what a butterfly,
Yeah.
flying,
Pollinators.
flying creature friendly.
Yeah.
Our awards,
You said,
dates and then we'll do our categories.
Got it, okay, thank you. Thanks for the
Yeah,
invite,
thanks.
You're right.
And now all the trees are.
That's my thought.
2 weeks out.
You're right.
That's how you get permission.
So I don't know how you make.
And plus you can go to all Villa.
Yeah, okay.
Encourage,
She hasn't been
you
sworn
know,
in.
that
Oh,
day.
I thought somebody
Did she get sworn in last night?
No, she was voted on. I did send her an email saying, you may not be sworn in, but come anyways, come to the
Okay,
meeting.
do we turn it over to,
Okay, public comments, can we do
turn it
public
over to
comments?
Kyle?
I'm in charge here.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry, Mary.
You voted for me, did you not?
Yes, we did.
What did we do?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
You can have it if you want.
No, you know me, I'm gonna keep it moving. I've
Yeah, I
eaten
know.
4 pieces of cheese and a salad today,
There
Mary.
you go, and that's why you're so thin.
She's gonna eat
That's why you're so thin. Which reminds me, I forgot
And a
to be
Coke.
allowed to do that the next time. Okay, so that's it, we already got off track so many times. Okay,
Yes.
so we have public comments on that
Kyle,
agenda. We
doesn't
want to
he-
talk to Kyle, let's get Kyle up here.
Come on now.
Public comments.
Okay,
Public comments, Kyle.
I'm a better listener than talker. No, I mean, I think I've gone to Kites and Kicks, you've done 3 years now? I think I've been at all 3 years. We've definitely been at 2. And encouraged by that event, like good energy. I feel like you guys had a little better attendance at the Fall Jubilee, and the Fall Jubilee is really what turned my head.
It was a much bigger budget.
Much bigger budget.
Yeah.
And from my perspective as a chamber, we'd like to do what we can to support you in both of those events. Whether, growing attendance at Kites and Kicks, supporting in the logistics of the extensive work that gets put in for Fall Jubilee. However it shapes out, the chamber is in a position where we have a budget, we have members, we have a board, we need content, we need things to do. We need other village organizations to collaborate with so that we can go to the board and we can go to the members and say, this is what we're doing. We're not just keeping your name on a list on a webpage that says you're a member. We're actually engaging with the community, giving you opportunities to engage with the community. So, in my time participating with the chamber, I've gotten to know the library folks pretty well. They're really receptive to collaboration.
Yeah, they've been
Seems
at
like
Kites and Kicks.
Parks and Rec with the Joyful Traditions is very receptive to collaboration.
We love
So
collaboration.
It's I come from a small
Collaboration's our
town in
middle name.
Wisconsin, and now I feel like I live in a small town in Illinois. Even though there's 20,000 people here, Villa Park's a small town. So I think this face-to-face collaboration, cross-pollination, that's going to help our chamber do the best support of our, I just heard you say at the beginning of the meeting, you're all about supporting local businesses.
My biggest thing.
That's the whole thing the chamber does. That's why we exist. So, illumination of local businesses, opportunity for involvement, for FaceTime and networking and relationship building.
Yeah.
All that stuff is kind of, and we've gone to Kites and Kicks for years. We put the cicadas up in our window last year at our shop on
Thank
Park
you.
Boulevard. And my kids each drew one, I drew one, like we threw them up. I think by the time they came down, we had a dozen in the window.
What's your shop?
Chicagoland Beer and Winemakers.
Yeah, okay.
And we own the building that houses our shop and then Standard Meadery,
Yeah, we
right
love
there
it.
by the new funeral home building.
We love
Yeah, so, and Standard Meadery, they're on board, Adam's from Lombard, Lindsay's from Lombard, he grew up in Villa Park, they're locals, they're all about supporting this community too. So, really, if you guys don't mind me attending meetings when I
Please.
can make it, and, I don't necessarily think, I am staff at the chamber, and I am, run my shop, so I don't necessarily think there's any conflict of interest if I'm volunteering here or sitting or whatever. So I feel like
You are
this is a
welcome.
good cul-de-sac that I can kind of get to know and occupy that will help support both my chamber work and both my business work in town. So, that's what brings me to the table, that's what brings me to the meeting. I've met some of you guys before through various, reasons, but I think what you guys are doing here is important to making the kind of community we want to make.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
We're calling you.
No problem. No,
I need your email.
What's that? Oh,
I
yeah.
need your email.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
Yep.
Awesome.
I sometimes have trouble getting these in Villa Park extensions to
Yeah,
go
just
through.
call me or send me a text, that's fine.
Right. I have Cordova's cell phone, and I have, not Patrick, but I have Jack's cell phone, and
That's
so
my
it's
cell
like, I don't know what it is about my chamber email and these in-villa extensions
they
that
go
they don't
into-
go sequestered or whatever,
Yeah.
but, yeah, and to me, it's, I mean, I got a Facebook post 3 times a week, I gotta send 2 or 3 emails every week, and I can see that makes traction, but it's not compared to the traction you get from face-to-face personal, like, you know. And then all of a sudden you get to know somebody, you run into them at Jewel, you run into them at Crazy Poor, you know, you run into them at Super Blue, wherever it is. So, yeah, and it's, you know, I say to people all the time, we're not going anywhere. My kids are in the schools here, we own our home, we own our business, we own the building. So I don't expect any of this to happen this year, 3 years, 5 years, yeah, maybe in 5 years. We'll be able to look back and say, we made some real progress here. But none of it happens quick. It's a slow, steady, that's my
You've seen
perspective at least.
how it's grown,
Oh, yeah.
even from 3 years ago.
Well, how old is the
First
Fun
Kites
Commission?
and
3 years
Kids.
old about? I don't
Oh,
feel like I
no.
started hearing Fun
It
Commission
started
stuff.
as the Pride Commission.
Okay, okay.
We became the Fun Commission focused on unifying neighbors 3 years ago? 4? Well, Bo was on his board, I think.
Yeah.
And
I've only been on here.
And I see in the community, you know, I've been privy to meetings and privy to conversations where it seems like a lot of this space used to be occupied by the churches, the Kiwanis, the Lions, the Rotary. I feel like all those are struggling. I mean, I'm well aware the churches are struggling, but I'm coming into I'm coming into the information, into the light that nonprofits are struggling too. So there's open road for an organization like this that has sustainability and has energy and has membership and can push the ball forward, because I feel like it's a space that for previous generations was occupied by other organizations that are, in my opinion, unfortunately, but you don't have to make a judgment call, on the way out. I mean, and that's not something I like to think about. Like, it kind of stresses me out, and it kind of gives me pause, but at the same time, close the door, open a window, right?
Yeah, you have to pick and find your openings and march through. So,
I think this commission is full of very creative people that are capable of doing a lot of fun things. So,
okay. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for coming. You're welcome. You're welcome. I think you guys are welcome.
Yeah. I struggled to get here by 5:30 because my shop's open till 6. But I may be attending meetings at, like, you know, rolling through the door at 5:55.
we're still talking.
We'll be
Well,
doing that.
I'm sure if I would ever miss a meeting.
Well, you can listen to our podcast anytime you would like.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, so that's the end of that. Okay, commissioner comments. Eliza, number 1. What do you got?
No, just that we're great.
We're great. Okay, Asana, what do you got?
I think I'm good.
Okay, Kathy 2.
I am crazy about the new rec center. I'm so excited. It makes
love
me
it.
feel so proud. I love that green light I can see at night. I live right in those townhouses, so it's literally at my back door. And the people there are so nice, and it's new, but it's well-run, and
We left basketball, and Bo said, I just love the Villa Park Rec Center.
it makes me feel so good.
It
Smells like a new car.
Four.
Yeah, it's like a new car. It's like, you walk in, you're
love
like,
it here.
That sign, the
Yeah.
colors change. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, February, we're going red.
Get ready for it.
I am ready.
Okay.
I think it's just fabulous. I'm so excited about it, and I think it's such a positive. I mean, I drive and go past the library and think, God, the library looks so good, and
Yeah, it's
now
great.
we've got this, and it makes my property value go up, so I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Resonating
It is.
It's all
Me
good
too.
stuff. It's all
Yeah.
really good stuff.
I'm very happy.
Yeah. Kath?
I do want to say, Lauren is having a baby girl. I can't stop smiling.
Can we call you Granny?
You can call me
Yes.
grandma.
That ornament
not
is
Granny?
gorgeous.
No, I kind of like grandma.
Okay, Grandma.
I love
Does she
that
have names
ornament.
yet?
Beautiful.
She had
Can you say it on record?
I can say it on record. She's thinking now,
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if Tom's on board, but she liked Hallie
Cute.
as a play on our last name. too.
That's exactly what I thought.
But she hasn't, you know, nothing's decided, but she was leaning towards
Okay,
Ally
like it.
Barkai.
Adorbs.
Just once again, thank you for the warm welcome. Look forward to rolling up my sleeves, digging in, and getting to work with you ladies. So,
There you go.
thank you for the warm welcome once again.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's a pleasure
good.
to have you.
Yes.
Okay, and with our helper here, Carrie,
Oh, I just
board.
Just know that I'm here to assist you with whatever you need, to support you with whatever you need. If you need that communication piece, anything that needs to go back to the board, that is what I am here for. So if you do have any questions, if you do have any concerns, and you want those to be addressed, and you would like me to take them to the board instead of individually going to the board, please let me know. I'd be happy to be the one that does that. As your liaison, that's kind of the point of being here.
And you do a
But
great job.
Yeah,
We
you do.
I
appreciate
try to
you.
support you as much as I
You
can
do.
because I think this is where the heart is in our, you know, we have to have business side, we have to have certain things, but we also do need to have heart. And our community is known for that. Like, this is the warm welcome, right? This is why we all chose to raise our families here, or why we chose to come here, because it's charming, it's small, but it still is vibrant and it still is welcoming, and you're a part of that makes it happen. So know that I'm here for you. Text me, it's way easier than trying to call me. But I'm here.
And I'm even afraid to do that. It's like,
Thank you.
I'm so
Yeah, I
busy.
No,
appreciate
just
that.
text me anytime, because you have no idea how little sleep I get. because I-
Ooh, it stresses me out. to be
No,
honest.
it's not because I'm busy, it's because I just don't sleep, like, I'm
Can't
not
close down.
able to sleep, yeah.
My dad never slept.
Gina?
That's not good.
I feel like I'm the operations part of the assistance, so, you know, if you need information, you know, from the village, I handle your reimbursements when you make purchases. I don't know if you know this, but the village is tax exempt, so, you know, you can take a tax exempt certificate with you and make purchases, and then bring the receipt back in a little form, and I take care of that, you know, for you. So whatever you can think of that you might need, you know, just let me know. And yes, do you have a question? I mean, I should not be calling on you. You're the chairperson.
Are we getting a new tax, isn't it expiring in?
It's March,
3/25?
yeah, March of 2025. So usually we'll get that in February. And normally they're good for 5 years, so.
Do you get copies of that? Can you
I
bring
do.
some to our
I know, and I can get you set up if
Well,
you'd like.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone would like.
Yeah,
that.
no,
So that-
I'd be happy to get you copies.
We appreciate you, Gina.
Yeah, she's.
We
Yeah.
appreciate you
Johnny
doing all
has
that,
got
but
it.
especially
She gets there
opening up a
and
new
she-
rec center.
She gets to
It's
you,
great.
you know, so-
Excellent.
But that's a lot
fun.
of work, and we appreciate
It
it.
is,
Yeah,
but
it it's good work.
Yeah. So thank you.
So beautiful.
Okay.
I love it.
So.
It's really cool.
Zana,
Second.
Kathy.
You're motioning to adjourn, I'll second the motion at
Zana
6:52.
motions to adjourn, and Kathy second.
6:52.
6:52. Thank
Do you like a sweatshirt or a t-shirt?
T-shirt's fine.
Okay, we'll see what these minutes look like.
What are my options?
Literally
And
anything.
maybe I
I'm a
won't.
black girl. I like black.
Do you like a particular color?
Thank you, Mary.
Green. I'm green.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's the Irish in me.
What size?
It's only